Hey everybody, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are diving into part 2 of our SmartDraw tutorials. And this time, we're exploring how to use SmartDraw for electrical and engineering diagrams. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, where we covered the basics of using SmartDraw, you might want to check that out first so you can follow along smoothly with today's lesson. So right now, you need to go to the SmartDraw official website and click the Launch app. Because from here, there is a section on the templates, and I want you to hover to the engineering. Now here, you can find the electrical section if you hover down below. Okay, so as you can see, you have the home electrical plan. Now, the thing is, before you make sure that the template is going to be correct, I want you to click the Open Example. This will forward you to the SmartDraw builder. And if you are having issues accessing the website, I want you to use a VPN. Okay? Now, from here, as you may notice, that we can rename the document right here on the top right corner to edit the title. And as you may notice, the tools can be found on the left side area. You can put any customizable shapes that you want. For example, if you want to add a new shape, you can simply click this right here and drag it on the builder, right? But again, you see that if you're not logged in order to avoid using your work, you need to create an account. So, okay, so we're gonna click the sign in button. And once we're logged in, we can buy or enter license key. We're not going to do that, but instead, we're going to go back to the electrical, all right? Now, once we are logged in, we can simply go back to the electrical plan right here. And again, as I've mentioned earlier, these are going to be the tools that you can. If you want to add a wall, you can do that. And these are all highly customizable. If you have the legend for the electrical plan, like ceiling mounted light, recessed light, wall mounted light, and a lot more. And if you want to pan out and zoom in the area for the builder, you can press Control and the plus symbol, or Command if you're using a Mac or an Mac OS. And then from here, you can, of course, try to put in lines that you wanted, right, to make more information along the way. If you want to group all the, say, for example, we're going to use the pan here, we're going to click the select button. If you want to add all the elements together so that they're not going to be affected if you're editing a section, you can simply click the group section, right? So you can group the objects so they're not going to be affected. If you want to change this one right here, for example, I want to move this and I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, you can do so. You have the freedom to do that. And of course, if you feel that there's a certain elements that you wanted to remove, it's very simple. For example, if you click this right here, just click the delete section. All right. So if you want, if it's like obstructing the plan, you can do so. So these are, again, highly customizable. You can cut it. All right. And if you want to add a text here, for example, this text, we're going to add some text here. Okay. So let's say we're going to add some text here. And then let's say in this instance, this is going to be our text. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. And the size will be around maybe 20 so you guys can see it. And of course, you have the ability to drag this dependent on your preferences. All right. So if you want to free up something like this, can be forwarded to the front. You can put it in the back, send it to back. So it's like it acts as a layer. All right. Now here, if you want to have more design like connection points, you can do that. You can click on the OK if you wanted to connect more points, and you can have more like growing properties. Like you can use a proportional, horizontal, or vertical. So it's up to you. You also have the option to lock object. You can also group the objects together and lock them so they're not going to be affected by any edits or changes, which is kind of really useful if you are working in a collaborative environment. You're sending this electrical plan to your client or to your team members and they wanted to edit or comment, you can do that here. Very simple. Now, if you want to add a new page, for example, if you wanted to access all the layers, you can go here. You can add a new layer so that you can put everything in one layer and then the next layer is for the editing. And if you want to change the background, you can do so. You can change the colors that best represents your brand and identity. And again, we have the documents right here. We're going to save that. We're going to save this for now. Okay, so, and on the top corner, you have the drop down menu. You can hide cursors, set display name, and bring everyone to you if you have working in a collaborative environment. The thing is, on the top right, if you want to highlight, for example, I'm going to highlight this one so that the other collaboration artists can see that I am using this video to create an electrical and engineering plan. Now, if you feel that this is going to be the perfect electrical plan, I want you to click the share button. And as you may notice, you need to buy the SmartDraw before you can print, share, or export. If you click on the continue and you click the buy now button, you will be forwarded to the option to purchase the SmartDraw. In the previous video, we mentioned that the individual plan is at $10.95 per month billed annually, and you have the team plan, which is $9.95 per month, and you get to have all these. And of course, you have the ability for the enterprise, but that requires contacting the sales team so that they can offer a tailored fit solution depending on your preferences, budget size, and needs. But overall, SmartDraw is one of the best platforms. It's very user-friendly. It's easy to use, and as you may notice, the tools and the features are very user-friendly. It's drag and drop. And with that being said, and that wraps up part 2 of our SmartDraw electrical tutorial, the SmartDraw engineering. Hopefully, this gave you a clear view of how to design, organize, and customize your electrical diagrams like a pro. And again, if you haven't seen part 1, where we covered the basics of using SmartDraw, I highly recommend checking out first so you get the full picture. Okay? Now, SmartDraw is one of the best user-friendly tools that makes electrical and engineering design much faster and more organized. Its built-in templates, easy symbol integration, and clean interface really cut down on the learning curve, which is perfect for both beginners and professionals. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our upcoming tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you again in the next video.